In light of recent events, I have chosen to review this film as a sort of dedication towards Harold Ramis, who sadly passed away on Monday the 20th of February 2014. Ghostbusters, a 1984 science fiction comedy directed by Ivan Reitman, if I pronounced that correctly, and focusing on three misfit parapsychologists: Raymond Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, Peter Venkman, played by Bill Murray, and of course played by Harold Ramis, Egan Spengler. After using their university funding, the three open up their own business called Ghostbusters, in which they deal with paranormal happenings across New York City. A few cases in, they start to gain a celebrity case, and in order to cope with the pressure, hire Winston Zeddemore, who is played by the legendary Ernie Hudson. But one case proves to be more unusual than others. Dana Barrett, played by Sigourney Weaver, calls the Ghostbusters, saying that somehow ghosts are in her apartment. On first examination, the Ghostbusters find nothing, but little does everyone know that Dana's apartment is actually a rift between another world and this world for ghosts. Slowly but surely, the rift opens and ghosts fly out, causing panic and paranoia across New York. When more of the ghosts and an evil entity possess Dana's body, the Ghostbusters find themselves with a mighty challenge, the biggest of their business yet. Defeat this ghostly entity and save Dana no matter what. And at the same time, they also have to contend with environmental agency officer Walter Peck, played by William Afton. This film contains some very funny moments. I can't really explain most of them without going into detail, but there's one moment when Dana's neighbour, Lewis, played by Rick Moranis, discovers the ghostly appearances and is chased down by a sort of animal-like creature. He runs to a restaurant, tries to alert them, but they don't seem to realise until it's too late. When he finally disappears because he's been dragged off, they all resume what they're doing. It's when the monsters appear that they sort of realise he was right, and that he wasn't a complete nutball. That bit I did enjoy. The casting, it works. You've got Bill Murray, who's been in Groundhog Day, Ernie Hudson, who's been in a ton of things, even including Torchwood, Harold Ramis, who's also been in Groundhog Day, National Lampoon. You got Dan Aykroyd, who is one of the originators of the Blues Brothers, and of course Sigourney Weaver, who's more commonly known for Ellen, Get Away From Her, You Bitch, Ripley. For not seeing much in anything, I did enjoy Rick Moranis as Louis Tully, being the sort of nosy, trying to complete for Dana sort of neighbour, and being the one who's so nerdy no one quite believes him when he's trying to tell everyone about a ghost attack, which is completely the truth. Now that I did like. And I also did like the direction. How Ivan Reitman, again if I'm pronouncing that correctly, comment if I'm not. He knows what to put where. He's got the comedy on the right value. He's got the casting in the right value. He's good at telling people where to go when it fits in perfectly. That's all I can really say about him, really. But one character who did make me laugh and snigger most out of all of them would have to be the ass and dick character Walter Peck, who of course is part of the environmental agency, convinced the Ghostbusters are ruining the environment by what they're doing, and because of his actions, all the ghosts escape the containment field and cause havoc across the city. It's all thanks to him that the Ghostbusters got into the mess they did near towards the end of the film. And frankly, he was treated accordingly, being told by Venkman and the mayor that, that's right sir, this man has no dick. To being called dickless and all that, he is a real general arse. And since he came out before Die Hard, if you look at it nowadays, you could say Walter Peck was the Dwayne T. Robinson of Ghostbusters. Pure and simple. And that's a bit ironic considering that William Atherton was in Die Hard 2. That is a bit ironic. So overall, what do I think of Ghostbusters? It's good. Not as good as most comedy films I've seen. I like the acting, it's there. I like how the characters are portrayed, as in, like I say, Walter Peck's a bit of an ass and a dick. But, as I say, it's not that good as most comedies that I've seen. I mean, I just felt that this film could have been funnier. That's just it really. I mean, started off a bit slow, slowly got there, had some entertaining bits. Some did make me laugh, but now that I think about it, it's not as good as most other comedy films I've seen. You may think I'm wrong, but it's my opinion, guys. But I think I agree with you when I say Ghostbusters 2's not that great.